Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, my good people? I love Black people, okay? Let's just say happy Monday. I am hoping that everyone is having the best Monday that they can possibly have. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I am so glad to be with you this morning. As you know, this is the Madam Prezident Morning Show. We do this weekly, Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, this is brought to you by flynubianmoney.com. This is where you go when you want to get your mind up. This is where you go when you want to get your money up. You decide which one you want to get up. And you should text Queens to 87948 if you want to keep up with the daily schedule of what's happening with the ladies of Fly Nubian Queen. Constance Carter comes on at 11. The show, The Fly Nubian Money, comes on at 1 o'clock. It's great content for free thinkers, for people who want something outside of mainstream. So have at it. Yo, it is Monday. Ourselves a round of applause for making it to Monday, making it through the weekend. We are deserving of all good things. We are deserving of the sunshine. We are deserving of every wonderful thing that comes our way. So with that being said, I was really, really taken back when I read this particular article, which you know how I feel. I'm going to show you, but it talks about a woman who pretty much HOA. I don't know if you all are homeowners and you pay HOA fees. Somebody put HOA inside of the chat. HOA. Drop it inside of the chat. HOA. Okay? HOA. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. All right. I need you all to let me know if you see my screen because I'm about to share this story with you. All right. What's up, Maddie? Good to see you today. What's up, Yasmin? Good to see you today as well. So HOA, let me share this story with you. You know, don't take my word for it. You can see it for yourself. All right, if you can see the story, put 850K. Put 850K in the chat. What's up, William? Good to see you. Put 850K in the chat. I need you all to keep this chat alive because, I am no tech person. You know what? I am. I do all the things. I'm an engineer. I'm a tech person. There's nothing I can't do. But when you all talk back to me, that gets this system going. All right, cool. So let me read the story to you really quickly. A North Carolina woman lost her family's home over a $400 late HOA fee. The home was sold for $49K, later fixed and flipped for $850,000 months later. Now listen to this story. A woman has lost a generation of household wealth from over an unpaid HOA dispute. Homeowner loses house over HOA fees. Buyer resells it for a huge profit. Back in 2020, a woman named Sanders was living in the Weddington Hills neighborhood in North Carolina. Somebody say North Carolina. You already know them Carolinas. Let me tell you something. Them Carolinas. I ain't gonna get started on who they, what they be doing in the Carolinas, but put Carolinas in the chat. At the time, she owned her homeowners association $400 in unpaid dues. According to HOA, they sent her several letters about the missed payment, but Sanders says she never received any of them, according to a report from ABC affiliate. By early 2021, things escalated. In February, the HOA filed a lien against her home. Just a month later, she got a letter warning her that the house was going into foreclosure unless she paid over $1,200. That amount included not just the original $400, but also late fees, collection costs, and legal expenses that had been added on. She said, I thought it had to be a joke. Sanders said, but it wasn't. In 2022, the HOA went through the foreclosure and sold her 3,300 square foot home for just $49,000. It gets worse. Whoever bought the home turned around and sold it again just 5 months later for a staggering $850,000. Do y'all hear this? Do you hear this? Do you? Because a lot of times I do these videos and people are like, oh, Madam President, you just making up stories. This is what I hear online. This is literally the function of the world. Somebody took your late fee and then stacked on more fees, and then they put you out of your house behind it. And then after they put you, you know what? I forgot my prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for waking us up today. Thank you for allowing us to see this Monday. We ask for your continuous protection, your peace, your love to surround us at all times. And as I'm telling these stories, dear God, bless every person associated with these stories. You be the overseer in all of everybody's expenses, finances, stories, turmoil. In your name we pray, amen. Sometimes you just report things, we just talking. These are people's lives. These are people's livelihoods. I'm just doing the part where I'm sharing. But somebody went through this. Somebody went through these hard times. Now, I want you all, I'm going to get into this whole, this is just theft. This is how they steal. See, young folks who ain't got no money, thugs, all that, they got their way of stealing. I'm going to bust you upside your head. I'm going to take your wallet. I'm going to take your purse. And then you got these corporate thugs that steal too. You hear me? Corporate thugs, where they put the suit on, play these games with you, tell you you got late fees on things that you ain't got late fees about, and then have the audacity, the documentation, the legal aspect. This is why you can't play a game with people like this. You don't even have the mental capacity to play a game that you don't even know what game you playing. She over there like, I don't owe $400. Then they come back and went through all the court process and say, now it's $1,200. Judges are lazy. I don't give a damn that excuse my French, I know I'm trying to curse. I'm trying not to curse, but I don't care that a judge is a judge. That doesn't make them ethical. That doesn't make them moral. That doesn't make them righteous because they're a judge. So I don't get impressed because people are judges. I don't get impressed because people are district attorneys. I don't care. That doesn't automatically deem you to be a person of good character. So when things come to your desk, and this is why we need people of quality that is responsible at overlooking things, so people can look and see, well, how many times have you had a response from her? What's the reason you haven't had a response? This is a nice 3,300 square foot house. But when you are in the business of supremacy and kicking people out of their homes so you can get the more money on the back end, you won't care. When you have detached yourself from humans, thinking like, okay, well, let's just get more money, you won't care. People live in their homes. I like to say, I have a thing about my home. This is where my dreams are. This is where my vulnerability lies. This ain't no crack house. You know, so all that to say that I remember being in college, and there's this consistent thought process of you get due process. There's this consistent thought process in our community of they can't do that. I want to look you dead in your eyes and tell you, yes, they can, and yes, they will. I want you to have that understood so that once you know that they can and they will, you can stop acting like you know it all and handle them accordingly. You don't know the beast that you're dealing with. They use fees. And I'm going to tell you something, even us, the conscious community, you think you got it all figured out. We talking about, oh yeah, we got to buy the land. We buy the land and got to go through their zoning demographic. We got to go through their taxation. We have to go through every system that they have built, no matter how conscious you are. So all that to say that, this was a very horrific story. I do not like the idea of anyone being, displaced outside of their home. And speaking of just people having this continuous, just crazy about things and monetary gains. Here's the story that I read over the weekend about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Now, let me just be clear. I am no fan of Kim Kardashian. I don't know her personally, but I just feel like the rise and the fame of the Kardashian family, it's just not my cup of tea. It's not my interest. It's not how I think that most people can obtain their wealth, can obtain their money, can obtain their respect. So why would I change that because it's them? In fact, I told you, Kim Kardashian has sold her mother. Kim Kardashian's mother sold the sex tape of her and Ray J. The mama. What? How can you all mama will sell your sex tape? Most of you all mothers would never, but all of a sudden people be going around talking about she's the marketing agent of the year. Delusional. Anyways, I want to share with you all what's happening here with them. Take a look at this right here. I'm going to read this story to you. Somebody put yay in the chat. Yay in the chat. Yay in the chat. All right, here's the story. I want you all to see it. Kanye West posts song with Diddy and Christian Combs featuring Northwest despite Kim Kardashian's approval. Now, Kanye West recently has been saying that, hey, what's going on with Diddy. He said, we know Diddy. Hey, you've been to a Diddy party. Hey, whatever. So Kanye West is basically saying they are railroading this man and they're treating him unfairly, and I'm going to support him because, hey, they have treated me the same way. I don't know if you all remember, but Chase Bank said that they were taking Kanye's money. They said, look, he can't bank with us. How many of y'all have ever saw Chase Bank say that we found out that this person is a part of the KKK and we will not be holding their money? Or we found out that this person is a sexual offender and we will not be holding their money. When did Chase Bank become moral? So I don't believe in none of that. They tried to steal this man's money. They used his mental decline as a gateway to steal this man's money right in front of the world. And the world was so dumb to defend him because of his personality disorders that they didn't even try to say, hey, wait. No matter how I feel about him, we shouldn't be taking money out of his account without his permission. Because guess what? If they do it to him, they'll do it to you. That's the point. This whole system, it rolls out these things in effort to see, well, how far can we go? Can we control people if we tell them that they can't go outside? We can't tell people that they can't go outside. But if we tell them that outside is dangerous, deadly, and contagious, then that's how we control them from going outside. Ding, 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 ding. Anyways, I'm doing better than you all giving me credit for. Okay? But let me finish the story right here and tell you what's happening. So Kanye West posts clip of a song with Diddy and Christian Combs featuring his daughter Northwest. This comes after a slew of tweets where Kanye reveals Kim Kardashian is the sole owner of North's name and likeness. Kanye also posted a text conversation where he allegedly had with Kim, where she voiced her disapproval of North being on a track with Diddy for her safety. Now, I won't say, excuse me, but I will say this. I will not say that Kim Kardashian was wrong to say, I just think that the timing is off. But the father is saying, I don't care about the timing. This is a friend of mine. You know, she's on the track. I think it should be. Okay. This is where men and women are just fundamentally different. You know, the timing is off. I'm sure she's like, Kanye, the timing is off. You know, you want to release her on this song. It's not even a good song. I listened to the snippet of a song. It's whack. The song is whack. Imagine going hard and fighting, you know, for a song that don't even sound good. That's exactly what happened. So I think the song was whack. It didn't sound good, and it's a waste of a fight. But I want to go further into the why behind the fight. So if you look right here, there's text message that began to be shared between the two of them. All right, if you can see it, put text in the chat. If you can see the text, put text in the chat. Kanye West tweets or places on X, and he says, this first screen grab shows that I'm not playing. So he's texting with Kim K. I don't know if he's blue or gray. Okay, he's blue. He says, I'm never speaking with you again. She responded and said, I asked you at the time if I can trademark her name. You said yes. When she's 18, it goes to her. She says, so stop. I sent paperwork over so she wouldn't be in the Diddy song to protect her. One person has to trademark. We agreed when they were born, I will get all of our kids' names and trademarks so no one else would take them. Do y'all hear this? I'm asking you, do you hear this? I'm being honest. She said we agreed when they were born that I would get all of our kids' name and trademark so no one else would take them. Y'all don't see these thieves? Wealth transfers. I just told you the story why the middle-aged Black woman lost her family's legacy, you know, for $1,200. You know, $1,200 she couldn't pay, and they sold it for $850K. Now Kanye West, this Negro, gave up his seed to a hoe, and here he is arguing about, you know, the three kids, the 4 kids, and the names. This is what happens. You can't, let me tell you something. My mother used to say this when I was a little girl. You can't make a deal with the babe. You cannot make a deal with the devil unless you want to play around in hell. Do you hear what I said? Put it in the chat. You cannot make a deal with the devil unless you want to play around in hell. You think Kim Kardashian is making deals where ethics are first? Here's my thing. She said, and she put it in the chat, she says only one person. She put it in the chat where she said only one person can have the trademark. You said that I could. Now, mind you, if y'all got 4 kids, it seemed like to me, two names go to you and 2 names go to her. And like he said, when they turn 18, the names go to them. But when you're not thinking and you sitting around a bunch of folks, and this is one of the things, I don't get a chance to tell this part of the story all the time, but back in the day, I'm sorry to go back as far as slavery, but back in the day when a slave had showed that they were good at something, one of the first things that would happen is that the slave would be removed from the areas with the regular slaves that's out there picking cotton and brought into the house. We want to feed you better. We want to isolate you. You are not one of them. This is what happened all the time. So when you fast forward back to now, you got a black man who's a billionaire, who's in the prime of his life, married a clown, and now he's a part of the circus, and he goes around and pretend as if, they want to take a black man down. These were choices. These were choices. Now, there are certain instances in our lives that we don't get a chance to choose. But this one was a choice. You chose this. But let's just talk about fairness. If they got 4 kids, then 2 names go to him, 2 names go to her. Or no? Am I tripping on that? To me, it just seems logical. But then also, you doing business with a family where the grandmama will sell her daughters sexual acts for money. What do you think you're gonna walk around or walk away with a fair handshake? I ain't got time for it. Let's just say that Kanye West fucked around and found out. Okay? And he will continue to. And excuse my French, I'm not doing well with my efforts, okay? Especially with stories like this. All right, so my last and final story. I would love to know what you think about the Kanye West situation, but you got to put it in the chat. You got to let me know in the chat. This is a story I wanted to read really quickly. If you can see the story, just put ATL. It's an Atlanta story, I believe. I saw this story online today and I wanted to check it out with my folks. So I said, all right, cool. I'm gonna read this story to y'all. Because I definitely feel like this is the kind of nonsense that people be on, especially in this current climate. So let me read this to you. All right, this guy named Jarrell Cohen. He says, bruh, I did some dumb stuff, took my baby mama to Atlanta, went to a swingers club and turned up. Bruh, me and her and a fine ass red bone turning up. I done tapped out. I caught me 2 good ones. I'm drained. This big black 6'6" muscle head N-word came over and wanted to join them. I had to agree because that's what we talked about beforehand. This was both on our bucket list. Not getting too graphic, but follow me. He had a towel on, and I'm not the smallest down there. No diddy. I'm good 7++, but this dude pulled out an elephant trunk and laid it on the other girl's forehead. I told him, you're not putting that in my girl. This heifer said, I want it. I took the hardest swallow and said, okay. I had to watch my girl get slaughtered. I even went over there while he was doing it and rubbed her forehead to tell her it would be okay. She was yelling, begging for me. She was in a zone and I checked out mentally. It's okay when we do it, but that right there, nah. Fast forward to this morning. I woke up this morning in the mood like any guy would. I went over to her and started to strike it up with her. This MF said, not right now. I'm still sore from this weekend. What the F? Who says that? I can't get what I want because she's still sore from this MF. I thought I could take it, but this entire experience turned me completely off. I want to break up with her, but I do love her. I just don't want it. I don't think it could ever get back to where it was. Any advice? Now, let me ask you all this. What advice would you give him? So let me see something. I saw a few things in this. One of my favorite replies was play stupid games, win stupid prizes. That's one. The second one is I said, I got to be serious about my reply because sexual exploration has become so popular in society that has no shame. I find Black people upbringing in romantic spaces aren't flexible enough for these experiences. For example, Black girls or even Black boys aren't even taught how to date properly. By the time we're 35, we've had 3 to 5 relationships, and I think some of us have experienced too much trauma to engage in sexual playgrounds that manages more than one person at a time. Can I be honest with you all and say that some of you all have 3 kids and you're not even raising them well? They're not doing well in the world. You can barely get them to school on time. You can barely have the energy to iron their clothes. You can barely take care of 3 kids at a time. Some of you all have 2. Managing 2 children is very hard. But tell me, why do you think you can manage sexual experiences with 2 to 3 people at a time? Why do you think you have the emotional capacity for that or the physical capacity for it? You don't have neither. And I think that so many people play these games with themselves. This is what happens. You are not emotionally as equipped for 3, 4, 5 people in the bedroom as you think you are. That's just number one. You probably just 38, 39, 40. You know what I'm saying? People don't even text you back. Your heart get all pitter patter. You don't play them kind of games with yourself. You are not, like, they try to convince you like, oh, it's nothing. This is what they try to tell people about sex. This is how they get you to become one of them. Sex is nothing. It means nothing. Let me tell you why it's a lie. Every time a person have a sexually transmitted disease or infection, sometimes the disease can be deadly. So if sex is nothing, why exactly will a disease that you can get through sex can be deadly? Sex is nothing. This is what they say. Sex is nothing. But every time you have sex, there's a possibility that you can become pregnant. Of course, if it's unprotected, and you can bring life into the world. So how could something that can give you life and death be nothing? It can be a good time. Yeah, it can be a good time. It can be enjoyable. But why you want to convince yourself that it means nothing? This is what happens. People be convincing people to be hoes all the time. Yeah, just be a hoe. Have the best time of your life. And it's no fun. Waking up the next day, you just let folks stretch you out. Now, mind you, some of y'all so good at hoeing that after you and get stretched out, you have completely understood. Niggas ain't even hugging you. You let niggas stretch you out and you packing up the early. You don't even have no care for you. No consideration for you. And you have become immune to it. You think that this is how it goes. You're too young to do that to yourself. And you're too old. Sex is something, no matter what. Even if you want it to be just for the night, just for a good time, the repercussions can last even longer. Of course, if you're not having safe sex. Less of a probability, of anything happening if you are using safe sex. Of course, pro safe sex. But it's just like, I won't even get into if your bill's not paid. Going out, having fun, sleeping with 3 and 4 people, and you ain't got no money. This is weekend lifestyle. And I know rich folks do it too. Rich folks, they got so much money, they're bored. But I'm going to leave you with this. You want to rumble with the devil, you have got to be ready to be in hell. That's all of this stuff. I had fun with you all today. I'm right at 31 minutes. It's been a pleasure. As you know, I do this Monday through Friday. There were some other stories that I was considering, but I didn't. I would love for you all to go to madampresident.com. Get your free journal at madampresident.com. get my ebook, Matters of the Heart. I'm always telling stories about matters of the heart. I enjoy being with you. This was brought to you by flynubianmoney.com. Don't forget, when you want to get your money up, go to flynubianmoney.com. If you want to get your mind up, go to flynubianmoney.com. I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, I want you to beat this system. Don't let it beat you. I'm Madam President. Have a good day.